welcome to FlameCon Open Flame 2020. My name is Kevin Gilligan. I'm a board member of Geeks Out and one of the organizers for FlameCon IRL, and one of the organizers for this lovely virtual event. And joining me is Anthony Hargraves, who people may remember as one of our co-hosts for the FlameCon performance stage. Everyone, virtually give it up to Anthony!
Yay! Oh, I love this. This is great. This is everything I dreamed of. I've got my floor curtains. It's a nice sunny day outside, but you can't see that because I'd be backlit. And you know we need to be front lit.
Yes. We have a whole slate of programming for you today that Anthony and I will be helping to host for the whole day. But to start things off, we're going to turn things over to the president and vice president of Geeks Out. Please, everyone, welcome Nic Gitau and Teri Yoshiuchi.
Hey.
Hey, this hand.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, yeah. Royal wave. Anthony, I appreciate your commitment to good lighting. That is so important. Gotta keep them. Mm-hmm.
Everyone needs to see this skin. Look at all this skin.
It's beautiful. Flawless.
Flawless. All right. Well, we're going to turn things over to Nic and Teri. We hope everyone enjoys the programming today. And enjoy.
Have fun.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Anthony. Gosh, we're here. Normally, I have to say, yeah, get used to it. Normally about this time, right, we'd be scaring some pretty serious tourists in Times Square with our rainbows and our flamboyance, but we're doing it remotely, which is great. It's a great thing.
Exactly.
So I figured, Teri, you and we're leading these opening to the opening of Open FlameCon. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I haven't had enough coffee yet.
I've got my tea here. We're all set.
Oh, cute. So I figured, we're talking to our friends remote. We spend a lot of time. I don't know about you. I spend a lot of time on Zoom these days. But too much. But the difference here is that not everyone might be familiar with who you and I are and what we do.
Yeah.
So I'll give a little intro. My name is Nic Gitau. I am president of Geeks Out and organizer for FlameCon. And I've been with Geeks Out for about, 8 years now. I'm only 22 though, so, and I started as a blogger. And I just love this community, and I'm so glad to continue to get to do things like this. And Teri, I've known you. I associate you with being Zelda, and I think that's because the first time I met you was through a Geeks Out archery event.
Yep, that was the archery event.
Nice.
But yeah, I first volunteered, I think it was at a Comic-Con, maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Another
exactly
convention before FlameCon existed?
Yeah, at the New York Comic-Con. And I was a volunteer at FlameCon 1 and at FlameCon 2, but amongst a sea of many volunteers. So I don't know that our paths really crossed either time.
Well, I'm so glad to cross paths with you now. I mean, I haven't been in the same room with you.
I know, it's been so long.
February. I know.
Yeah.
But, speaking of FlameCon 1, obviously FlameCon for 2020 looks a lot different. But when I think back to how we got to this point, my heart swells. I remember in 2014, we kickstarted an event. And we wanted to do a one-day artist fair. We were in Grand Prospect Hall, the illustrious Grand Prospect Hall in Brooklyn. And I remember in the days leading up to that, we're like, well, you know what? This is our Kickstarter was successful. It would be great if we could just get 1,000 people. That was our dream. And then there was a line around the corner about like an hour before. Yeah. And we ended up having 20 people.
I was like directing traffic. That was my volunteer job in the morning.
I have always tried to avoid the traffic, but now I'm like, no, I've got to get in there with a good energy, which is what we're doing now. But we were hoping for 1,000. We got 2,200 people. And that I think is just a testimony to how powerful and visible and like beautiful, warm, fuzzy feelings our community is prepared to share with each other, usually IRL, this year online. But Terry, I think you have some insight into what's happened this year.
Yeah, so this weird virus kind of popped up and kind of put a damper on things this year. I don't know if you've heard of it. COVID-19, SARS-CoV something. Not
I
coronavirus.
Mute.
So yeah, unfortunately this year it just kind of made it impossible for us to have an in-person show. As much as we were hoping that August might still work out, we couldn't take that chance. We need to make sure that our fans, our community, ourselves, our families were all safe. So we had to make that difficult decision to make that call earlier in the year. But we didn't want that to be the end of FlameCon for 2020. We really wanted to see the magic continue. So here we are, and we hope that you enjoy what we've managed to throw together with what time we had and with what resources we had available to us. So.
If that's not the Geeks Out way and the FlameCon way of just being like, we have an idea, we're going to take the scrappy approach and see if we can do this. And thanks to like our entire board and the board of Geeks Out and the FlameCon steering committee, we are all a team of volunteers. I think it's probably about 15 people or so at this point. Blood, sweat, and tears. I like to think more sweat than tears, or if they're tears, honestly, it's happy tears walking the floor when we're like completely exhausted on Sunday morning and we're just like, everything's so beautiful. Those are the tears.
Yeah, I've cried so many tears. So many. But like the good ones, as you said.
Oh, yeah. And I'm looking forward to completely embarrassing myself in 2021. So
can't wait.
Yay. But, this all just comes down to, this is a community produced event. It is, and it is something that like the people behind the curtains, we wouldn't be anything if it weren't for all of you showing up and sharing your love and your creativity. Every year I'm blown away by the stuff that's featured at FlameCon. And I'm really looking forward to what we're going to feature today. We've got a good set of panels.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. Terry, do you want to tell us about what's up next?
Sure. Well, coming up next is Kweendom Comedy Hour. We've got a whole bunch of amazing LGBT+ comedians that are going to make you laugh, hopefully make you laugh so hard that you cry, the good tears. And then following them up, we have a whole bunch of panels and a couple workshops.
Yeah, we've got...
in the wrong direction.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay, backwards.
Yeah, right.
So at 1 p.m., we've got Spotlight on creators of queer kids comics. We're talking about... they'll be talking about the importance of children and teens seeing themselves in the graphic novels they read. So that's super warm and fuzzies already.
Yeah, and then at 2 p.m., there can only be one, marginalized creatorship and working in multiple mediums. So this is challenging the idea that too many diverse voices in too many rooms alienate audiences.
That seems to be a theme that sticks around for some people, but I'm like, more diversity, pack it in.
I know, right?
Yeah. So then, oh my goodness, I'm also really excited. At 3 p.m., we've got a workshop called How to Make Things Fancy. And you know who's hosting that little workshop we got? Geeks Out's very own board member, Rachel Greenman. I'm pretty sure her MO is adding glitter and pizzazz and sparkles to everything. So looking forward to that.
Yes. Goes with her sparkly, glittery personality. Then after that, at 4 p.m., we have Reclaiming My Out of Office Time, Navigating the Intersections of Mental Health and Gaming. And it's going to be a great discussion on how gaming can be a retreat during these isolating times.
Yeah. Oh, that's honestly, like I said, too many Zooms. We got to figure out how to like keep our attention on screens without getting exhausted and finding that connection. Right. 5 p.m. we've got Paper. Yay! A workshop. And that one is hosted by FlameCon committee member and FlameCon favorite T Berry Blue. T is going to show us how to get creative with one of the cheapest, most plentiful, and safest materials around. You've probably got some paper in your house, so I hope you join in at 5 p.m. for that one.
And then after that, at 6 p.m., we have Streaming as a Hobby or Career, which is going to be a conversation about what goes into being a successful streamer. I think that's something that's just getting more and more popular. And I bet that there's some people out there in the audience who either do it or are interested in getting started.
Absolutely. 7 p.m., we've got Comics and Advocacy. And this panel, super exciting. It's using your passion to empower your community. This panel is going to talk about the power of comics and the importance of community. A lot of really good, insightful comics folks on that one. And you know, we love advocacy. We like being loud and proud and
very
sharing some love.
Yeah.
So once we wrap our panels for the day, 8 p.m., what are we doing? Terry?
We have the Fire Escape, which is going to be this year's after party. Normally we have an amazing live after party called the Fireball. We get so many amazing performers, and we are keeping the tradition going. It's going to feature some clips from past years. So if you have ever missed out on a Fireball, you can see some of the highlights. And there will also be several amazing new performances. I can't wait for everyone to see them. It's going to be hosted by a long-time Geeks Out Grandmaster of Ceremonies, John Jennison. It's going to be amazing. Stick around. You won't regret it.
I have to say, I saw a sneak peek of it, and I laughed so hard I scared my cat. I literally lolled. So please tune in, and it's going to be a really good time.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna get right to it. Throw it back to Kevin and Anthony in the studio. But before we go, we just want to say we miss you all. We love you. It's been a crazy time, but we know how to survive and we know how to thrive, and we're gonna do it now. We're gonna keep doing it for the rest of the year, and we'll see you in a booth in the future, sometime soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Everyone, give it up for Terry and Nic.
Yes.
Thank you for all that you do for Geeks Out, and we're excited to get FlameCon Open Flame started.
Yeah.
We'll see you on our screens, hopefully sometime soon. Bye, Terry and Nic.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Anthony, we have lots of programming that Nic and Terry have already teased for everyone. In a moment, we're going to show the wonderful pre-recorded comedy from Kweendom Comedy. It's a nice tight 30 that we're gonna share and we're gonna air. But we're going to start off some of our special guests and people that people have seen at FlameCon before. While we're not able to be together, they did want to share some special words. So we're going to turn things over to them as they wanted to say hi and share their love. So enjoy.
Hello, my beautiful queer geeky family. It's Lene from the Geeks Out podcast and your main stage host extraordinaire for the past 3 years of FlameCon. I miss you all so much. And even though we can't be together physically this year, I really hope you all are doing what you need to do to stay connected. Not just to family and friends, but also to yourself. It's a great time for self-care. Like for me, I started making candles every day. I meditate. I'm brushing up on my Portuguese. And I downloaded the Calm app because I found out that there's a sleep story narrated by LeVar Burton called Journey to the Stars. So I fall asleep to LeVar Burton talking about space every single night. Like, it makes my geek heart so happy. I hope you all are doing what you need to do for yourselves. Enjoy the programming today, and I will see you at FlameCon 2021.
Greetings from Played World. I'm Magdalene Visaggio, the writer of Kim and Kim, Eternity Girl and Vagrant Queen. I wish we could all be together today, and I know you do too. FlameCon has become such an integral part of the queer comic scene, and it really sucks that we can't do it right. But if there's one thing queers are good at, it's muddling through the best we can. I've been spending this strange, endless season writing and watching a ton of old sitcoms. But whatever is getting you through the day, stay strong. I hope you have a blast with today's programming, and I can't wait to see your shining faces in better days here at FlameCon next year.
Hi FlameCon, it's Kevin Wada. I just wanted to say a quick hello. I miss you. I can't wait until we are all together again in the same either freezing or stuffy hotel convention hall. FlameCon is my favorite convention. If I never do another convention again, I'm gonna make sure I still do FlameCon. I've never been to a convention that has so much pure joy, and you see it in the attendees, you see it in volunteers, in the people running it, in the vendors, the artists. It's a chance for us all to get together and celebrate, and I know we can't do that this year. Hopefully next year we can all, maybe by that time we'll just be giving each other little elbow rubs. But I hope you are all staying safe, taking care of your emotional, physical, mental health. I'm trying to do my best too. Let's all just save up our energy for the next FlameCon until we meet again. Bye.
Hello, all you delightfully queer geeks. Tana here, artist, lesbian, all-around good guy. I know that we can't be together physically this year at FlameCon, but it is important that we stay connected. This past June, Northwest Press sent around some gay postcards celebrating Pride that I was happy to contribute art to. And because I need to feel like I'm doing something to help and to help others, I set my contributions to Planned Parenthood and the ACLU and the Southern Poverty Law Center to recur monthly, which might be something you guys could do too. I believe that will help affect real change in this nightmarish dystopian universe we live in. That means we can't hang out in real life. Also, the Planned Parenthood contribution that I send in is sent in Mike Pence's name because, honestly, fuck that guy. I hope you enjoyed today's programming. I look forward to seeing your faces, your beautiful gay faces, at the next FlameCon next year. But until we can all be together again, enjoy today's programming. Bye, gays.
Thank you to Lene, Mags, Kevin, and Tana for sharing their love with us and with all of you.
I felt the love at home.
And some part of me misses that very frigid yet stuffy hotel for FlameCon.
Mm-hmm. that was an experience.
But right now we're in our own climate-controlled environments. Right now we're going to share the Kweendom Comedy special that has been created specifically for you, our FlameCon Open Flame audience. We hope you enjoy it.
This
please,
is a special production made just for you.
Yes. Please do consider tipping our lovely performers. Their Venmo information will be on the screen. It is also in the description. So please show your love, help support. A lot of these are performers who don't have a lot of office jobs. We're all kind of in that position. So if you can support them, please do. as well as all of the artists who are on Twitter who are sharing their art and their work, all the creators with the FC Open Flame hashtag.
And
So
if you can't give, a really good thing you can do is follow people, share their stuff, and help it spread, because we need our queer artists and queer contributors to be seen all over the world too.
Indeed. So it is my distinct pleasure to bring to you Kweendom Comedy. Please enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kweendom at FlameCon. Kweendom is a monthly LGBTQ comedy show in New York City, as well as an upcoming book of essays from LGBTQ writers available later this year. I'm your host, Bobby Hankinson, writer, comedian, and until they reinstate expanded unemployment benefits, freelance social media manager for S.H.I.E.L.D. That's right, I've been sheltering in place up on the helicarrier for the last few months. I just stopped feeling safe in my own neighborhood, you know? There was so many millennial white women walking around without masks, it felt like they weaponized the Haim sisters. So I've been up here kind of by myself mostly, at least as they told people they can work from home. Turns out that commuting to the sky and the constant threat of explosions really kills productivity. In fact, I think the pandemic has really made everyone rethink helicarriers. The overhead costs, the open floor plans, there's never enough conference rooms. I do get some visitors though. Carol Danvers comes by, but she only ever wants to watch Top Gun. Have you guys watched Top Gun lately? It's terrible, okay? All the best scenes, all the action scenes are just extreme close-ups of helmets and masks spinning around on the screen. It's like watching Legos in a dryer. And plus, Maverick is not the good guy of that story. Iceman is the good guy. Iceman wants to keep everybody safe. Maverick thinks seatbelts are for wimps. Still, it's better than when Thor comes around, because all Thor wants to watch these days is Food Network. And let me tell you, Food Network has gotten super violent lately. Like, I remember when I used to watch Food Network to unwind. It used to just be shows about kindly old racists sharing recipes while slowly killing themselves with diabetes. It was peaceful. But now every show on Food Network is like chopped, cutthroat, kitchen, donut war showdown. And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. When did we weaponize pastry? But today I have the helicarrier all to myself, and I've rounded up some of Earth's mightiest comedians for your viewing pleasure. So with that, gay Avengers, assemble.
Welcome to the roast of Charles Xavier. I am Gabe Gonzalez. You may know me as a comedian with no steady source of income whose greatest superpower is being able to survive on cans of tuna and expired beans. But what you don't know is that I am technically a co-creator of the X-Men. That's because I am gay, and you all wouldn't exist if not for the ability of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby to write heavy-handed allegories about queer communities. I am joining you all digitally, and honestly, it's a relief because we are in the middle of a pandemic. And for a team of superheroes, the X-Men seem more averse to masks than a group of Floridians at a Golden Corral buffet. Well, let's get started with the roasting. They say in comedy you should save the best for last, so naturally, we're going to kick things off with Charles Xavier. Charles, the man of the hour. Honestly, I have got to respect your legacy. I haven't seen a bald man exploit this many emotionally damaged people in bad costumes since the last season of Drag Race. Honestly, though, I do think your lifestyle seems a bit troubling. The last time a wealthy old guy locked up a bunch of teenagers in his estate, he got a Netflix and a Lifetime documentary made about him. Maybe that explains why Bryan Singer felt so connected to your story. To be fair, though, you are not exactly the Jeffrey Epstein of the Marvel Universe, because in your case, the government has actually spent years trying to stop you, and they haven't been able to kill you off just yet. A lot of people would say that you are a selfless, hardworking man who sacrificed a lot, but we all know you inherited your wealth and that creepy mansion from your father. You didn't work for this. You're less likely to lift a finger than to lift your legs, and I'm not even sure you're actually paying your employees. Are the X-Men salaried? Do they have insurance, a 401k? People might compare you to Jeff Bezos, but at least he pays his employees minimum wage. when asking them to die on his behalf. And none of tonight's attendees have died more than your young protege, the Nomi Malone to your Crystal Connors, Jean Grey. Jean, how you doing tonight? And more importantly, how's your head? I would ask Scott, but we all know he spends more time in Logan's bedroom. Jean, I've got to hand it to you. You are like the Liza Minnelli of the X-Men. Not because you're incredibly talented, but because you keep passing out in public and it's clear your husband sleeps with men. Seriously, you've passed out on more missions than an alcoholic Mormon. But look, I can't blame you. You've been through so much. You've died so many times. You've staged more comebacks than a comedian who's committed sexual assault. But at least Louis C.K. can claim he was a likable redhead at some point in his career. And he's been booked alongside better talent at a roast. All you got was me tonight. Speaking of hairy sluts, Logan is here. Logan, how does it feel being the third wheel in a loveless relationship? I actually wrote that setup when I thought Gayle King was going to show up, but this wouldn't be the first time that you have dominated entertainment that should have been centering Black women. Seriously, explain to me how Storm is barely featured in any X-Men movies while I have had to sit through 2 trilogies and a solo spin-off that include a Canadian and a wife-beater with the emotional range of Kristen Stewart on a good day. Oh, I'm sorry, you're angry? You're sad? You're angry again? Go to therapy and save us the cost of a movie ticket. If I've got to keep watching the star of The Greatest Showman rely on you to collect a paycheck, at some point we are changing your name from Wolverine to Hugh Jackman's sugar daddy. But honestly, I will say I hope the acquisition of the X-Men franchise by Marvel Studios puts you back in your rightful place. A vat in the Arctic where no one has to hear you say bub again. Seriously, you are practically immortal, so I hope that gives you enough time to come up with a better catchphrase. I'm sorry, I'm being told I've actually got to cut this short. A group of Sentinels appear to have attacked Los Angeles, so the X-Men have got to go, which is funny because a bunch of you have medical degrees, so if you really wanted to help California, you would have come up with a coronavirus vaccine by now. But by all means, go blow up some buildings and pat yourselves on the back for it. Business as usual, I'm sure. I will have to ask Storm to explain to Puerto Ricans where she's been hiding during hurricane season and grill Scott for looking like an unseasoned Geordie LaForge another time. Thank you all again for coming to the roast of Charles Xavier. And remember, the X-Men animated series stole their theme song from Whitney Houston. Have a good night.
Hi, I'm Veronica Garza, and I'm very excited to perform for the 2nd year in a row at FlameCon. Last year I had lots of fun. I wore a jersey. As you can see, I like structure and don't like to stray from anything weird, so I wore a jersey again, which is what I like to call lesbian cosplay. It's great. It's also a lesbian activewear, lesbian formal wear, lesbian lounge wear. What is the wear? Jersey. I was thinking I don't have a costume like specifically for the event, which I would love to. But I am thinking about if I were like a superhero, what my power would be. And if I had a superpower, I know for sure that I would want to be able to tell from drinking a glass of wine how long that bottle's been open, and also if it's organic, which if you're above the age of 35, you completely understand the necessity of this superpower. It's like, I guess it would be like an X-Men that developed later in life after going to France, which I don't follow X-Men, but that could be a storyline. Regardless, as you know, I am the jerseys. I'm hella gay. I am what they call a sporty lesbian. That is my genre. I have what they might call an active bitch face, which is very similar to resting bitch face, but you can also tell that I played soccer and that I was good at it. I hope everyone is staying safe in this time. As you can tell, we're doing this virtually, so we're doing everything we can. I'm excited, even if I can't see your face, to talk to anyone else because I've been going through this entire pandemic with my girlfriend, who is cute, but I'm tired of looking at her cute face, and I'd rather see anyone else. We've gone through the quarantine in a studio apartment, and it's rough. As a Mexican woman, I am strongly in favor of a wall in that apartment. I'm strongly in favor of being the one to build the wall in that apartment. I will erect that wall. I will fund the wall in that apartment. I need a wall is all I'm saying, but in that studio apartment. My girlfriend and I recently moved in together, and that's interesting, finding out a lot of new things about each other. She found out that I'm allergic to strawberries, and I found out that she's allergic to cleaning. There's no cure for that. No Benadryl will make her clean. But it's interesting, I actually hurt myself while cleaning. I hurt myself while vacuuming, which is the most Mexican I've ever been in my life. I hurt my back, and part of my back I hurt is called the sciatica. And for those of you who don't know where the sciatica is or what the sciatica is, it is the part of your back that you tend to injure once you get health insurance. That's funny, and also a humble brag that I have health insurance. Regardless, I hope that everyone is staying safe. I'm ready to see everyone hopefully next year at FlameCon right here, right New York City. And I want to bring up one thing before I go, is there's a lot of talk about who's a real New Yorker right now. People left New York City. Some people stayed and was like, you're not a real New Yorker. And I will never be a real New Yorker, yo. I've lived in New York City for almost 10 years, but I will never be a real New Yorker because I know how to drive. That's right. Real New Yorkers cannot drive. And if you see someone bragging about being a real New Yorker, and they tell you that they haven't left New York City in 35 years, they're not really bragging. That's a cry for help. And if you have a car, offer them a ride. They probably honestly need to just get over a bridge somewhere. Help them out. And I think I've done enough. Trying to think of another superpower I might have. After watching this, some might say, I might wish I was funny. And you know what? Sure, I'll take it. Regardless, thank you so much for letting me perform. I'm Veronica Garza. Thank you.
Give me everything you got, put this wet ass. Hello, FlameCon. This is Calvin S. Cato reporting to you live from my house. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why are you dressed like a very, very, very lazy Miss Scarlet from Clue? I've given up on clothing. I'm not going to lie to you guys. All right, listen. I can't do it anymore. It's too hot. No one sees me. I am single and very ready to not mingle because it's not safe anymore. At one point, I spent 4 days of this pandemic only wearing a towel. Only wearing a towel. Have you done that before? Have you ever been in a state of almost gonna shower? Because that was me for 4 days, okay? Now, I know a lot of people are panicked. They're like, I don't understand. I don't know what outside air tastes like anymore. And let me tell you something. In case you can't tell from all this behind me, I did not have friends growing up as a kid. So I am used to not being around people. But I am also not liking the fact that I don't have money. So here's a very special edition of the Cal Shopping Network. The first classic item up for bids is a Nintendo Entertainment System. Ooh. Look at this. There is a power button and a reset button. And you can put two controllers in here, right? Plug it in with wires. Wires, okay? Do you want to almost trip on something on your way to the bathroom? Get a Nintendo. Also, how does a Nintendo work? The same way you have to whistle, okay? You put your two lips together and blow. Next item up for bids is a Game Boy. Look at this. Do you want to play games in different shades of green? Game Boy is your man, okay? Are you colorblind? Just get a Game Boy. Also, look, it comes with these things called cartridges. Look at that. Remember when discs were harder and you could choke on them? Look at this. Disc. Also, Tetris. That's Russian for 4. And also, Trump stole the election. Stars. My stars, the girl's about to jump out. Jesus, get a hold of yourselves. Next up, we have Genesis. Okay, that was for the people who were like, nah, I'm gonna be cool, okay? I'm not doing this Mario nonsense, okay? I'm about rodents with attitude. Rodents such as Sonic the Hedgehog, an awesome animal saving other animals from a fat old white man, okay? This man is the face of the Democratic Party. How about a Genesis, but on the go, huh? Get yourself a Game Gear. Wow, you didn't think I owned this, did you? I told you I had no friends, okay? This Game Gear takes 6 AA batteries to run. 6 AA batteries. That is 3 smoke detectors, okay? Just let your house burn down because you gotta play Sonic. Game Gear. Next item up for bids is Super Nintendo. Look at this. Look, it's like a face, which is really perfect because I'm getting very, very, very lonely. Hey, Super Nintendo, how are you doing? I'm doing great, Calvin. Aw, SNES. Really get me. Super Nintendo also comes with Donkey Kong Country. Look at this. Primates saving the world. Actually, not really. It's just primates saving their bananas from crocodiles. Why do crocodiles want bananas? Cramps. Why is Donkey Kong wearing a tie? He ain't going to work. What work is there in the jungle? Okay. It's not like the treetops have middle management. Do you want a video game system that you can also use to defend yourself against home assault? Get you a Nintendo 64. Okay. Look at this. The battery alone, you can use to iron with. Literally hot as an iron, okay? Now, if you get this Nintendo 64, it also comes with Mario Party. Oh, right, we can't leave the house. And that's all for the Cal Shopping Network. I hope you liked what you saw. Please feel free to send me some money via Venmo if you did, right here below. You most likely will not get any of these items because I'm way too attached to them. But you will earn my adoration and respect, and possibly a naked picture. Have a great day.
Hey, what's up? It's Poison Ivy. Happy quarantine. Hope you're doing well. I'm having a miserable quarantine, of course. First of all, Gotham City is the greatest city in the world, unless there's a quarantine, and then it becomes Buffalo, New York. Who wants to be in Buffalo, New York? No one. No, there's nothing to do. I'm sitting here alone in my room. All right, I'm not alone. I'm still with Harley. That's still going on. She's crazy. She's crazy. I can't deal with. She spent 2 weeks of quarantine thinking this was a mask. Okay, she walked around with this on her face for 2 weeks. New pair of underwear. And by the way, all right, you see this overgrowth? This isn't it. It comes all over my eyebrows. You should see my eyebrows going in like weeds. They're like slowly, you know that like Michelangelo painting, the creation of Adam with the hands? That's what my eyebrows are doing, okay? I finally took out a weed whacker today, and now they're sort of separate, but they're still trying to hold hands. It's just like Harley Quinn and the Joker. They're always trying to get together, you know? Which, first of all, Harley, give it up, okay? He's just not that into. Hey, Harley. She's crazy. She's crazy. Last week, she wanted to come up with a plan to steal Christmas. Who does that? If you're going to steal something from a movie, steal an Ocean's 8 movie, maybe, you know, have a bunch of fun girls getting together. And she's still hung up on the Joker, of course, why are you hung up on the Joker? He pushed you off a building. What kind of criminal pushes someone off a building? That's not what you do. You have an elaborate plan. You take months and months of planning. You put it all together. You explain it, how you're going to do it, and then you do it. That's what superhero. No, the Joker. No, I just pushed you off the building. You know what? He's not even into girls. Okay, I'm sorry. He wears purple and he wears makeup. How many straight guys do that? Okay, and how many years has he been chasing Batman and Robin but not catching them? Please. The one girl in his life, Barbara Gordon, he shoots her. There's something. I'm sorry. Hey. She's crazy. I can't take it anymore. Also, anyway, no, so my quarantine is not going too well. put on the old quarantine 15. Like, you see this corset, it wasn't this tight 3 months ago. Take a look at this. You know how much food fell in here right now? I have like a vending machine. Like, I could fill up 3 bags of Reese's Pieces with this, what's in here. Like, I don't even want to bend over because it's gonna fall. Like, I'm afraid to take this corset off, okay? The second I do, I'm gonna unhook one button and it's gonna, boom, it's gonna pop open like a Pillsbury, like a can of Pillsbury croissants. You know, you stick the fork, and then poison ivy all over the place, like just flesh and green all over the floor, unable to get up, like, oh, my legs, you know. So that's, look, so quarantine has been all right. I spent most of it trying to get action figures of myself, and look what they sent instead. Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman, look at me. Oh, look at me, I'm Wonder Woman, I'm so pretty, I'm a supermodel, I could do anything. Well, I got you with my magic lasso, Cheetah, what you gonna do? I don't like Cheetah either, by the way. Total bitch. Every time the Legion of Doom gets together, what does she do? I'm shedding leaves. Every time the Legion of Doom gets together, she starts complaining about the food. You know what? How about this, Cheetah? Okay, why don't you run as fast as you can over to Taco Bell or something like that? Okay, why don't you run as fast as you can? Go hunt your own thing, you apex predator. I'm so cool. I'm sick of it. What else is doing? I don't even know what's going on right now. Well, look. I'm winding down. I need to go feed my pets. Let me just feed my pet here. Oh, there, look. Oh yeah, look at this. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not the pet. That's the food. Yeah, you're gonna be food tonight. Yeah, my man-eating plant. I've been training him for months. He went from flies to mice to chihuahuas. Soon be ready for Batman. Yeah, he loves chihuahuas. Who knew he liked Mexican food? So, if you could fly, it'd keep you, little guy. Or if you bite Batman. Yeah, all right. Anyway, have a happy quarantine. Do as best you can. Poison ivy out.
So, thank you for having me here at FlameCon. I love FlameCon. I hope you guys are having a really good time here on this year's digital version of it. I have a little niche-y kind of thing I want to go through with you guys, which is who is the best Marvel character to play with during recess, and also how come it was more from the X-Men? I like to take you guys back in time to the 90s, and if you're a 90s kid, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you were born post-90s, then this is still important information for you. So there was this thing called the Fox Kids Club, and it would just be animated shows throughout the day. And one of them included an X-Men animated series. Is pretty incredible. And the theme song was the best because it would be like, da-la-la-la-da, da-la-la-la-da, and it'd be like, so you'd watch this on Saturdays, and then you'd show up at school on Mondays, and you try to figure out like who's gonna be who during recess, and there was a clear hierarchy. So the coolest kid in class, the coolest boy in class would always be Wolverine. Then the second coolest boy would inevitably pick Cyclops. Then the coolest girl in class would be Rogue. Then you get some Storm Realness, and then everybody else would kind of fill in as they needed to. But the coolest part about the X-Men animated series was when they introduced a character. It was Morph, and Morph is by far like the superior character because he is a shapeshifter. He can turn into any character he wants to, and you could see him doing that throughout the series. Like, he even turned into Gambit to flirt with Gambit, and honestly, he's kind of the precursor to Double Trouble from She-Ra. The cool thing about being Morph during recess is that you went from being whoever you were in the playground to being everybody on the playground. You could be anybody. I mean, and at that point, you could even be Eek the cat. You could be anybody you wanted to. So here's a quick clip. He's genuinely just the most genderqueer character that I had ever seen on TV at the time. And I was literally only like 8 years old. So here we go.
Let's see if I can upset everybody else. Making copies. What are you doing back? I forgot something.
Well, don't slam the door on your way out. I haven't had a break since this mess started. I'm gonna grab 40 winks in the rec room.
Don't worry, Rogue. I'll be as quiet as a corpse. Pick a card, Betty. I show you a trick.
Get real, Gambit. Things are getting crazy tonight and you're playing games. Anyway, card tricks are for kids.
You are a kid, huh? Now run along and play while I talk to Gambit.
I happen to be watching the news.
Mysterious illness which is sweeping the country. Citizens to cooperate so the do what she said, Betty. In an orderly manner.
I mean, come on! Anyway, Morph have, look at this. If you got the action figure, you got Morph, and then he had 3 different heads. He had Angry Morph in the middle here, but then he also got to turn into Wolverine. He also got to turn into Cyclops. It's the best. Anyway, thank you. Enjoy FlameCon.
All I wanna get is a little bit closer.
Hello, Dash Kwiatkowski, pronouns they, them. My favorite superhero is Guy Gardner. I'm very sorry. That's true, but unfortunate. And the superpower I would get, I would want to have like a Green Lantern 1, because that's, on my body forever. I'm so frustrated that we're several months into a pandemic and we still don't have socialism. That's bad. It's frustrating. It sort of feels like if this isn't going to do it, like if this isn't the point, we're just never going to, do you know what I mean? It reminds me of when I was a child and I bought Xeno Saga, and I was not prepared for that level of gameplay. And also I don't think it had a fast travel system. And I remember I got from one end of the spaceship to the other end of the spaceship. And it took me hours to do, and then I died, and it didn't save. And I looked at the game, and I was like, "Do you want to do all these hours of walking in from spot to spot again?" And I was like, "No, I guess I'm just done playing this game forever." And I feel like that's how we are with social. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, if this didn't do it, if this isn't the thing that gets us, we're just never gonna have it. I'm excited to be at the digital version of FlameCon because it's the one version where I cannot hear the audible booing when I say that the Good Omens show is mediocre at best. Wait, no, I can't hear it. But I want to talk about other things that you love and why they're bad. And I think a lot of us have acknowledged that J.K. Rowling is terrible because she's a TERF, that one. But also Harry Potter sucks. Can we talk about this? Are we at a point culturally where we can talk about how bad Harry Potter is? You've got a world where the Voldemort goes to kill the baby one and tries really hard to kill him with a spell. He's like the best wizard in the world. He tries to kill a baby with a spell and he can't because the baby's mother loved him so much, which I understand conceptually. I get like the narrative significance it's supposed to have, but if you have a world where if your mom loves you so much you won't die, that's bad. That's bad storytelling and bad world building, because now you've created a world where every single death is preventable. And the fact that so many people die still is a real testament to terrible mothership. You know what I mean? Like, and not even, okay, let's say it's just magical deaths. Let's say it's just spell attacks. That's most of the deaths in the story. Like Cedric Diggory dies and immediately everyone looks at his mom like, Mr. Diggory can't help but notice that your child was killed by Voldemort, just like, remember when Harry, but it didn't work. Just didn't love Cedric enough, huh? You just didn't, it's because he didn't do the dishes or something. I get it. But also you've created a weird loophole where like a coven of witches could all, adopt each other in like a chain, so like everyone is someone's mom, and then if they just came to love each other a lot, now you've got an immortal coven of witches. This is just fanfic at this point. Duh. I don't have a lot more to say. I'm taking quarantine to follow my only dream I've ever had, and that's of being a Pokemon master, and this is a big part of who I am. Catch me on the ranked ladder, VGC 2020. My Venmo is at Dash Kwiatkowski, and you should give money to me. Or better than that, you should give money to the Okra Project. It's a cool organization that pays Black trans chefs to go to the homes of Black trans people and provide them with community and like teaching them to cook and hanging out with them and cooking for them. It's a really cool organization. Also defund the police and arrest the cops who murdered Breonna Taylor, because it's been months and nothing has happened. Okay, bye, FlameCon.
She's a super queen, super queen.
Enough is enough is enough.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? I didn't mean to do that. Please, continue.
Big round of applause for everyone involved with Kweendom Comedy. Please give it up to them. Also, give them up in support. Their Venmo information is in the chat below. I don't know how things work, but that's where they should be.
You can see it. We've been putting it in through the whole thing.
Yes, yes. Please also check out our Twitter and Instagram feeds. We'll be promoting creators and artists through there. You can find them all with the hashtag FCOpenFlame. Lots of wonderful creators who we would love to have at a physical convention this year, but we also want to be safe for everyone. So safely support all of these artists and creators under the hashtag FCOpenFlame.
Yes, and never forget to keep on hitting that share button. Keep on hitting them follow buttons. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And let's have some fun. We've got a whole day of shows.
We do. Coming up next at 1 is the spotlight on creators of Queer Kids Comics. We're going to put that link to that in the chat, or you can find it in the Facebook event for FlameCon Open Flame, or on YouTube, wherever you're viewing this from. Enjoy the rest of today. We have lots to share with you, and thank you for joining. And
I'll see you at 1.
Yes. Grab some snacks, grab some drinks. We're just getting started with this queer geeky love fest. So thanks for joining. Continue to watch.
Yes.